So let's talk about direct mail for a second. Could you imagine if the mailman came to your door and said, Joe, call this guy. He's the most trusted investor in St. Louis. Don't call these other 37 postcards. Call this guy. You're like, okay, shoot, why wouldn't you, right? That's from your mailman. Let's forget that for a second. Let's talk about the person that you and I as brothers pick to help our mom get the end-of-life care. How much more important is that than your mailman's referring someplace, right? This is a person that's, and there's somebody called well, I'm going to go through the list, right? There's hundreds of jobs in senior living, but there's like 8 or 9 that are really, really great. This is what your listeners will want to hear. The stakeholders in senior living go from the proprietor of the senior living community, the director, the finance director, the marketing director, the social worker. Some communities have social workers, some don't. And that's all inside the community. All those people have referred me business year over year. But outside of that is the vendors that work at that exact same moment. So you've got elder care attorneys that specialize in crisis care. You've got aid and attendance benefits providers. So aid and attendance is one of those little known things that if you served in the military, or your spouse, you can get these benefits to pay for your senior living. How great, but what do you know? They don't tell you about it. You have to know about it. And so people that do aid and attendance benefits have been a great lead source for me, because if you're getting that benefit at that exact moment, you're usually paying for senior living. For me, I'm looking for timing, right? We try so hard to make our phone ring. As investors, we're all in the marketing business. We spend 90% of our time trying to make our phone ring. And this is the exact opposite. This is people raising their hand saying, I need to sell my house. They almost always have 100% equity, and they almost always have a house that needs to have something done to update it. And so as investors, they're the holy grail of leads. Usually they come to me in the form of, hey, Phil, can you be at Bob's house at 2:30 on Tuesday to make an offer? Yes, I can, right? I don't have to build trust. The trust is already built. That person's already said, Philip is the trusted guy. Philip is my go-to guy. If I can just show up and be halfway competent, you can close a lot of these houses because they're so teed up for what we look for as investors. And I really try hard. I don't have to be I'm a salesperson by nature, but I don't have to be the salesperson. I'm more can we figure this out together? Can we find a lot of times, Joe, it's not even about the price of the house. It's about, what are we going to do with that piano that mom loved? What are we going to do with that hutch? Will that fit? You're fixing all these other problems. And when you do, you can have a job where you help people make a great living and not work the crazy amount of hours that a lot of guys do. It's like, we both subscribe to like that, put our life first and then build a business around it. I think both you and I both care about that a lot. I'm really big into that. I don't want to work 90 hours a week. I got young sons, like we said, that I want to hang out with. I've got a wife that I love. And so we make this business really hard. And I think if you're going to work anyway, how much better is it to build relationships that are like an oil well that give you appointments year after year, month after month, versus always being a slave to that last direct mail drop or that last pay-per-click campaign, And so I've gotten off of that rat wheel. Is that how you say it?
Rat race.
Rat race. I've gotten out of the rat race, the hamster wheel, right? And so it's now they come to me versus me chasing them down. That's where to be. That is recession proof.